Hey, what's up, everyone? We have another Week 2 St. Louis VGC Draft League video here for you. This is a match between J-Dud and Sky. This was previously played, so we are watching back a recording of it. And when I say us, I am joined once again by Jared. Go ahead and say hi.
Yes, hello. Hello everyone. We have like mentioned, we have J-Dud, coach of the Amphitheater, versus Sky, coach of the Steely Spirit. Both of these players are coming into this match 0-1, so they desperately want to be able to take advantage and get their first win. J-Dud has brought his Politoed, Swampert, Cofagrigus, uh, Zoroark, Mega Manectric, and Rotom-Mow.
Yes, and we should say we are seeing this from this perspective of J-Dud for this match,
Uh,
unlike most matches where you see from the neutral perspective. So we will be seeing one-sided here.
yes. Are you getting audio, by the way?
Um, it is recording audio. I am not hearing it,
Okay, that's
but
fine. As long
yeah.
as it's being recorded, I'm fine with it. So, uh, going back to the match, we see Sky with the, I believe, Mega Aggron. Yes, Mega Aggron and Sinistcha. First two picks, the pair of the Wall and Mega Aggron is, and the healing from Sinistcha is very good. Also has that Paldean Tauros, and I'll need to wait a moment to see what else he has on his
The
team.
remaining ones were Goodra, Raichu, and I am blanking on the sixth. Well, we got 5 out of 6.
Yep, so we'll see it later. And we see a trick. It is not actually the Cofagrigus, it is the Zoroark. So protecting it from any sort of stray fighting type moves or this fake out potential from this Raichu. The Manectric does immediately go for a Mega Evolution, goes for a Light Screen to help against this Raichu. But we'll see what these Megas have in store for one another.
Yes, I'm such a fan of the Zoroark shenanigans. Um, Personally, the only time I've ever day 2'd an official regional was Hisuian Zoroark, so it holds a special place in my heart. So I love seeing all these disguises coming out from the Hisuian Zoroark and how they play. But we will see the Manectric Mega, like you said, here to open the game. Gaining that Lightning Rod ability, so we have two Lightning Rod electric types staring each other down.
I
And
think
sorry, it has the Intimidate now that it is Mega.
yes.
Previous to its Mega
So
evolution.
yeah. Now this does mean the Manectric doesn't want to be clicking any electric type moves. We see the light screen come out from the Mega Manectric, going for a more supportive option. And a Focus Blast comes out from Cofagrigus into this Aggron. We don't know quite how well it took that, unfortunately, with the non-neutral overlay. But this Nuzzle is going to reveal this Zoroark and massively cripple it.
Yes, Zoroark definitely not known for its bulk, so being slower than its opponents on the field is definitely a big detriment to it. You have to assume it's still faster than Aggron. I'd be stunned if it was that slow that it was under speeding Aggron, but Raichu will definitely be going before it now.
Yeah, absolutely. This Raichu would love to get some chip damage into this Zoroark, but with that light screen, what it can do is limited unless it's packing something like the Volt Tackle. Meanwhile, this Aggron already went down under half from that Focus Blast, so it's not looking too great either.
Yep, and with that, Raichu is going to leave the field, and in comes that Sinistcha for the healing that you mentioned beforehand. A great duo here, one of the best partners Aggron can see here, but it will take a flamethrower here. And
Yeah,
again,
and that's
unfortunately can't see its health due to the aspect of what we're looking at here, but we do see the Night Days into the Sinistcha, bringing it down low.
yeah, absolutely rough. A body press is going to take out the Zoroark here. No more tricks for you. But we see there was no rain at all brought this match. Just completely ignored as the Rotom-Mow comes out.
Yes, this is one of those interesting situations where they've only shown 3 Pokemon, But Sky does know for a fact what that fourth one is because it has to be the Cofagrigus that was disguised by the Zoroark, so we know all 4 Pokemon here. We do see the light screen still up. Very interesting to see, and we do see the Aggron is at 30%, so we did get a quick peek there of its health. It is going to protect being at that low health, and we will see the target was the Sinistcha, so the Sinistcha will go down here, so no more healing for this Mega Aggron.
Yeah, this Mega Manectric is just so fast. The fastest Pokemon on Sky's side on his entire roster is that Raichu, and Mega Manectric just runs circles around it. So you're always going to be taking a hit from that Pokemon if you don't have some way to set up a Trick Room.
One way to attack for it is by using the move Fake Out, so we'll see if Raichu goes for that here. Obviously pretty easy to see it coming, so it is going to be a switch into the Ghost type, expecting that Fake Out.
That Fake Out and potentially a Body Press follow-up. Not fooled, goes for the Fake Out into the Rotom-Mow. But the Body Press is dodged by the Cofagrigus switching in.
Yeah, so got the Fake Out target right, but the Ghost type still does benefit, dodging that huge Body Press damage that could come in from the Aggron. So we do see the Ghost on J-Dead's side also has the Body Press, but we know that won't be doing nearly as much as Aggron's would.
That is true, although Cofagrigus has a rather staggering 145 base defense. It can do a lot of damage with Body Press, but more importantly, if this Aggron has some sort of coverage option and physically touches the Cofagrigus, it will lose the filter ability. And speaking of losing abilities, that Nuzzle cost the Lightning Rod on this Raichu, so electric type attacks are fair game now.
Yep, and we do see the Cofagrigus get fully paralyzed. That was pretty sad Body Press damage coming into the Rotom after the burn. And like you said, electric type moves are now fair game for both this Rotom and the Manectric that is still in the back.
Yeah, absolutely, although given where we're at in the match, I'm not sure how much that's going to matter because it looks like it's about to be Raichu. Well, there is one more Pokemon in the back. We don't know who it is, but it's going to have to do some impressive work as this Hex takes out this Mega Aggron.
I'm always a fan of the Will-O-Wisp Hex sets. They always seem to let me down a little bit when I try them, but I like them in theory, and it pays dividends there, taking down the Aggron after burning it the turn previously. And we do see the reveal of the final Pokemon. It is that Water Tauros as the last option here for Sky.
Yeah, and you have to think that's not what you like to see into this Rotom-Mow. That grass type really threatening the water types that would love to come out and just handle the Mega Swampert and Politoed, but they stayed at home this match.
Yeah, this was definitely not the team I would expect J-Dud to bring here in Game 1, and it probably wasn't the one Sky was expecting either, as the close combat does come up just short of picking up the Rotom, who is going to spread more Will-O-Wisp around here.
Yeah, absolutely. This Rotom is going to just absolutely cripple, and we see a Destiny Bond come out. Really interesting, saying, hey, you now have no choice. If you try to take me out, I'm completely fine. I'll take you with me.
Yeah, I have seen more Destiny Bond plays this week than I have in the months previously. It is a useful tech here. Kind of gives that Pokemon a free turn here because, like you said, Sky's down to 2 Pokemon. You can't really afford to take it out and lose one of them here just in exchange for taking down 1 Pokemon. So it is going to be the Raging Bull into the Rotom to take that slot out in just a Nuzzle, trying to avoid damage as that Pokemon was already paralyzed.
Yeah, we see a Nightshade come out, breaking a potential Focus Sash. Interesting, because Nightshade will always do 50 damage here in VGC events, you can figure out exactly how much HP a Pokemon is running if you have access to a damage calculator. So potentially useful or very useful information for J-Dud if he chooses to go for it, but I'm honestly not sure how much that's going to matter in this space.
No, but we will see that Raichu losing the Lightning Rod will come into play here late, as the Manectric is now free to Thunderbolt the Water type. due to there not being a Lightning Rod present on Sky's side of the field anymore. But it is Wakan Berry, so another way to mitigate the electric damage here coming in, but it is not enough. The Tauros still goes down to that Thunderbolt.
Yeah, and so it's all over but the fat lady singing. We see another Nightshade coming out from this Cofagrigus, and that Pokemon has just said, hey, I just kind of hard wall a lot of this team. If that Sinistcha goes down early like it did, that special type ghost damage is really needed to get through this coffin.
Yep, it's just been allowed to sit here and kind of do what it wanted to all game long. And we will see, we know for a fact this Nightshade will be enough to pick up the Raichu and give J-Dud the Game 1 victory.
Yes, absolutely. Congratulations to J-Dud on that Game 1. And what do you think Sky needs to adjust to in this game number 2 to try to manage what J-Dud has in store for him?
So Sky, like we said, was probably expecting the rain mode, as we probably all would be looking at this roster. So probably on the back foot there right away, not seeing what they would expect to there. It's tough with that Cofagrigus because your Sky's team looks like it relies on that Mega Aggron so much, firing off big body presses. And there's multiple Will-O-Wisps, there's a Ghost type, so I don't know where the rest of the offense comes from. Can it be the Tauros? Can it be the Goodra? We got to see some of these sets from the other Pokemon. I just think the big thing is we're going to have to see offensive threats other than the Aggron come out and do some damage here.
Yeah, now interestingly, there is another Mega on Sky's side of the field. That Mega Clefable with Magic Bounce is going to be able to bounce back any potential burns that could go into a slot like the Tauros. So we could see a different change in strategy, see more of the Goodra and Clefable angle to potentially bring a bit more special damage into this matchup. Once again, J-Dud is not going for any rain mode, instead bringing the real Cofagrigus in the front this time.
Yep, those are the mind games you give the Zoroark. Did they do it a second time, or did they pivot? And like you said, we will see the Clefable and the Goodra, the exact two you pointed out, for some special damage up against the Manectric and the Cofagrigus. I don't know if I've ever seen a Mega Clefable actually in a match, so I would love to see it here. And like you said, that Magic Bounce could be big for these burns.
Yeah, absolutely. We see the Manectric debating what it wants to go for, saying, maybe I should just go for a Light Screen, protect this Cofagrigus here, as the Cofagrigus goes for a Will-O-Wisp into the Goodra slot, trying to get some residual chip on it. But, again, Mega Clefable, I also have not seen it in a match since playing Legend ZA against, I don't know how to pronounce her name, Jacinth? The fairy type trainer of note. 135 base special attack is very strong. Moonblasts are going to hurt.
So this will be the time we'll see it. It does not. It is just follow me, so probably just a regular Clefable with some bulk to it. I'm very interested to see what the Goodra set is. Goodra has a very wide move pool, so we'll see what kind of set it is on the Goodra here. It is Acid Spray. Very interesting to lower the special defense on that Manectric. So now with -2 special defense, you gotta think a Moonblast from the Clefable would probably be enough to take it out.
Yeah, absolutely. Now this is interesting. Because you didn't go for a Mega Evolution that turn, you didn't Magic Bounce the burn back onto the this Pokemon, onto the Cofagrigus. And so, I can understand, maybe not wanting to Mega Evolve when there's an electric type in front of you, but we see the helping hand come out. The Volt Switch gets the Manectric out of there, so it doesn't have to worry about that -2 special defense. But what's this Goodra going to do?
Yes, that Manectric did set up a light screen before it left, so that will help a little bit here with the defenses. As this Dragon Pulse goes into the Rotom, does just slightly under half damage here to the Rotom, as we will just see this Ghost type again just fire off Nightshades and just get consistent damage throughout this match.
Yeah, no leftovers on the Goodra, so that is going to be a 4-hit KO on it with Nightshade if that's what it chooses to go for. We see another Will-O-Wisp come out, this time from the Rotom into the Goodra, wanting to get some residual chip. But you're scared to Mega Evolve this Mega Clefable just because there keep being electric types thrown at you.
Yeah, and it also is telling me that Aggron's got to be in the back still, I think. I think we would have seen an early Mega from the Clefable if it was the only Mega brought. But, again, could just be the fear of the electric types, but Aggron could potentially still be in the back and could be saving the Mega for that Pokemon instead.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see this White Herb allowing the Rotom to negate the special defense drop, where before it would be tempted to click a Volt Switch to get out before it faints. Now it can probably take another Dragon Pulse.
And looking at the two on the side for Sky, if it is Aggron in the back, you have to find a way to deal with this Cofagrigus before Aggron comes in, because it can't do anything to it. So...
yeah, that's really interesting. We see the Hex coming out into this Clefable that is going to be enough to take it out since it's burned. What is the Goodra going to do? Goes for that Dragon Pulse, but with the Light Screen and no special defense drops, Rotom's fine. And we see another Nightshade come out just going for consistent damage. It's a Citrus Berry, not leftovers, but that helps it just temporarily.
yeah, Jada looks like in such a strong position here, kind of just controlling the pace of the game, doing exactly what they want to do here. And I'm struggling to see a good way back here for Sky, that just the offensive pressure doesn't exist because anything physical is going to get burned and the special attackers aren't doing enough through this light screen.
Yeah, really good game plan from J-Dud with these 4 Pokemon, being able to say, hey, you know, I've got a lot of physical defense on this Cofagrigus, I've got 2 Will-O-Wisps, and then specially, I don't need to worry because I can just light screen with my Mega Manectric, and it's faster than anything you have, so you can't stop me from going for it.
Yep. I want this to come across in the best way possible. This was a very strong, boring game plan from J-Dud. Do what I need to do. I'm going to sit here, I'm going to whittle you down, and I'm just going to win the game. Like, I mean boring in the best compliment possible. You don't have to make any reads. You don't have to go for these big plays. This team is just built to kind of handle this and kind of just win.
Yeah, and with that light screen boost, this Raichu isn't even able to get the KO on this Rotom. Absolute tragedy coming out. Great for J-Dud's differential, but that Dragon Pulse, you know, I think we're starting to run out of the light screen at this point. Does good damage into the Cofagrigus, but I don't think it matters at this point.
Yep, you had to get damage on that thing eventually. So that is part of it done, but we haven't even seen the 4th Pokemon here for J-Dud, and that Mega Manectric, I believe, was at, what was it, about 60% HP still in the back?
60 to 70. We finally see the Grass Knot KO on this Rotom, wanting to let it go down in order to safely switch in something else, but its job is well accomplished. That White Herb doing absolutely massive, you know, it's on that Pokemon due to the Leaf Storm special attack drops, but instead it kept it alive to not having to worry about special defense drops.
Yep, and we will see the last 2 come in here for J-Dud, and it is the Zoroark and the Mega Manectric, 2 Pokemon that should outspeed at this point and be able to pick up these 2 knockouts. And then that just leaves that last Pokemon. If it is the Mega Aggron, it has a very tall ask here, and if it's anything else, I'm not sure if it is going to have enough firepower to get through these 2.
Yeah, we see a light screen come up. Not sure what Sky has in the back, just wanting to be safe, but a Flamethrower is going to take out this Raichu. Very interestingly, the Raichu not outspeeding the Zoroark. It does have a base speed advantage, but Zoroark is able to outspeed and KO it before it can get nuzzled, and I think you needed a nuzzle there in order to have a chance.
Yeah, we do see the Tauros come in, and without that Manectric going down, even if you did get the Nuzzle off, you couldn't have nuzzled the Manectric, and that's going to deal with the Tauros. You got it. It does have. We will see it try to take the Thunderbolt from full health this time around with that Wakan Berry, but based on it had near full health last game and it still went down.
Yeah, you have to imagine the Wakan Berry would allow it to survive if you're going to throw it on that Pokemon. You have to think that that's what it's trained to do, to survive a hit from full. We'll see it right now. Here it comes. It does stay up. We're not quite sure how much HP it has left, but a Grass Knot follow-up is definitely enough to take out that Pokemon, unfortunately. And again, that's where a Nuzzle would have broken the sash and allowed a fighting type move to go into the Zoroark before it would have a chance to take you out with that Grass Knot.
Yep, as Goodra does fire off a Giga Drain to at least survive one more turn and not go down to burn. But it's not going to matter too much here. It'll just change who gets this final knockout. Sky actually did a pretty good job of bringing this late game closer than I expected it to be. But these two Pokemon at the end are going to clean up for J-Dud.
Yeah, I love the Giga Drain tech to hit the Mega Swampert and the Politoed, but J-Dud just coming in and saying, I don't need Rain. I can just have the threat of it and force you to bring specific Pokemon in specific orders, and I just won't need to worry about all that much. Cofagrigus really came in and just said, You think Aggron is the wall? That's cute. I'm the wall now.
Yeah, I was very impressed with that Pokemon and the bulk it brought to this match. And again, I was impressed with Sky's play as well. Played well. Again, had to be expecting the rain mode, and we never saw it, so that's always tough, especially in a draft match, when you bring a specific team to counter something, and then that something never shows up. So, but I thought they did a good job of trying to fight back there, especially in Game 2. It was a tough match for them. They are going to fall this week to 0-2, but J-Dud will improve their record to 1-1, picking up the win here in Week 2.
Yeah. Congratulations to J-Dud. I can't wait to see both of these players in future weeks. There are 6 more weeks after the one we currently are in before playoffs. But I will see all of you in the next video. Goodbye.